And it made me think of something that I want to show you.
A few minutes later.
Store policy, they can ask you to leave.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Is it a law? What's the federal law that prevents me from wearing a face mask? Federal law.
Not federal.
Okay,
State
so
law.
you don't know.
State order.
No, the laws, right?
State order.
No. The law. The law, because I'm going to get your badge number and I'm going to sue you as well.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the
A
federal
business
law
can ask you to leave for any reason.
that prevents me from wearing a face mask?
They don't have to provide you service.
Do they serve the public? Do I pose any threat medically or physically?
They don't know that.
Okay, so you don't know that. So I am being
A business can refuse your service
because why?
for
Because
any reason they want.
Because I pose what kind of threat?
They have a policy here. They're
Is it a
following
federal law?
They're following the
Is
state
it a
mandate.
It's not.
Miss, do you have an idea? Yes, it is a federal
mandate and a law, two different things.
This is private property.
No. Do they serve the public?
What do you need, your ID?
Yes.
Do you have your ID,
No. I'm not giving you my ID.
Okay, then you gotta come with us.
Let's follow us.
No. Don't.
Yes?
Yes.
I'm gonna pause this for a hot second. Because this particular reason with these Karens drives me insane. Because it amazes me how since COVID happened, how many of these Karens have become legal experts. Because if you actually walk into a store and decide to walk around the front of the store or near the register area,
You see the signage?
the signage tells you that they have the right to ask you to search your bag, to ask you to leave, that pretty much this is their establishment. They have the right to set what goes on in and around their establishment. Has nothing to do with state law, nothing to do with federal law. Now, I'm no Harvard law graduate or expert, but that pretty much tells you, okay, this is your house, don't disrespect you, I'm gonna do so.
Yeah.
Plain English. I don't even need to see the rest of this to see how this is gonna go.
Don't
Miss?
touch me.
It gets better.
Relax. You can keep recording all you want, but we're gonna put it in your purse.
Cause see now you're resisting arrest. Now you're actually committing a crime.
Don't touch my phone. I'm relaxed. Come on.
No, you're not relaxed because you're fighting. You're resisting arrest. If you were relaxed, you would go along with it.
Resisting.
You are resisting. Body cam footage shows all that.
You are trying to get free. That is resisting.
The cops were peacefully talking to you, asking you to leave calmly. Sue on what grounds? For
I
what?
want to provide ID.
Possibly, buddy.
You were asked for your ID.
No.
The cops were very calm and very cordial.
No, because I didn't commit any.
It's not your fault. They can kick you out for any.
Hold on. Do they provide service?
That doesn't matter.
Give me my cell phone.
Miss, stop pulling away from us.
No. Give me my cell phone.
Pulling away from us is resisting.
No. Give me my cell phone. Give me
Everything's
my
being
cell
recorded.
phone. Now.
Everything's being recorded.
Give me my cell phone.
Miss, everything's being
Give
recorded.
me my cell
Please put your
phone.
hands behind your back.
Oh, God. You're a smart fun, aren't you, in this?
All right, just put your hands behind your back.
Oh, it was.
She got a purse. Let go of your purse.
Oh, no, it's the best. Where's my cell phone?
You got it.
It's amazing. It goes to show you what the times are like. All she cares about is her cell phone.
Thank you.
Give me my
Like your cell phone is going to show anything different than what their body cam
my
is
cell
showing.
phone now. Oh, I can't wait to see the fuck out of you
You ain't
guys.
gonna see anybody.
Oh, absolutely, I know.
You're the one in the wrong.
Where's my cell phone? Cell phone?
You can't have this close on. She's gonna go in.
Where's my cell
I
phone?
have your cell phone.
I want it now in
You're not getting it.
person. Oh, absolutely.
Thank you. No, you're the one doing that.
Oh! Illegal search!
I'm not.
Illegal!
How is that an illegal search?
If you kick me, you're gonna go to jail.
Illegal
And you're fighting off an officer by kicking your boot in the back of a car.
search!
You're resisting arrest.
You can't have your purse on you in the back. Yeah, we told you that.
God. Where's my cell phone?
We had
If I
it.
was the cop, I would have just pulled out my utility and I could cut the bag
my
off
cell
of her.
phone now. I want my cell phone now.
Who put this in your purse?
I want my cell phone now.
She got this thing wrapped around her.
Yeah, just cut it off her,
My
dude.
cell phone
You're not. You can say it all your time you want.
I want my cell phone now.
I get to break the purse. I don't want to break. I'm gonna handcuff you. You gonna fight with me?
Dude, you are so in trouble.
I'm not. Trust me. Here
You are
goes.
so in trouble.
I'm not. You are.
Oh, no.
Don't fight with him. I'm gonna take your
Oh,
purse.
I wasn't fighting with you at all.
You were resisting the whole time.
Dude, you are so in trouble.
I'm not worried about it.
For what? Calmly doing his job?
Okay.
Now, if more cops were this calm, there'd be a lot more black people alive. Oh, did I say that
There
out
you go.
loud?
Thank you.
What are you taking my cell phone for?
I'm gonna put it in your purse.
All right, then give me my purse.
No,
You can't have your purse. You're under
Put
arrest.
hands behind your back.
Hand back.
Thank you.
God.
There you go.
You guys are so
Look at you. What? Watch it. See, look at it. Put yourself in
You're
there.
so in trouble.
No, we're not.
Oh, that's not mine.
Oh, you're right. That was mine.
Oh, hell
Yours
no.
is there. See? I have mine in my pocket
I
there.
want to see it. I want to see it.
Problem, that's it.
You go through my cell phone, you're in.
Want me to get them to write a statement?
You know, you heard my commentary while watching the video. I'm sure y'all heard the video, what was going on. We've seen videos like this time and time again of, you know, these supermarket Karens. Oh, it's not a federal law. Listen, federal, state, law is law. But when an establishment has a set of rules at their entrance, whether you see it or not, it's established. The establishment has put their rules out there for everybody to see. It's like you go into somebody else's house, they have a certain way of doing things.
Right.
If you don't do things that way, they have the right to ask you to leave. And that's exactly what happened. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Whether you believe in the science or not,
Right.
they say mask work, mask help. Just wear the mask. Help cut down the spread so that maybe we can get a little closer to what we used to call normal.
Right.
If you can't do that, then don't go out. That's simple. It really is that simple.
Do you even think she really wanted to buy something, or she just wanted to?
No,
be
she
antagonistic?
clearly went into the store looking for trouble.
Now I stumbled upon that video. I believe it happened in January 8th, in Cleveland. Upon arrival, the woman was eventually in a patrol car, and you called her Karen. Guess what her name is?
Karen?
Her real name is Karen. She was arrested for resisting arrest,
And they wonder why they get called Karens.
failure to disclose personal identification, and trespassing. So
Which are laws that she broke.
right.
So how the police are in trouble, I still don't know.
Have you ever been turned away from a club or something where they think you didn't have proper dress code?
Yeah.
Have you ever been turned away from somewhere because just any reason? Have you ever been turned away from somewhere?
Yeah.
What is the federal law for that?
There is none.
That's my question.
There is none.
The federal law.
There is none. It's the establishment's rules.
Have
You
you
want to
ever-
come into this club? It's dress shoes and you know, like business casual type attire. You know, nice pants, nice shirt, nice jacket maybe. You know, no Timbs, no hoodies.
Right.
You know, nothing that's gonna make you look like, you know, like the gangbanger homie type.
Right.
You know, because you know you want to put on, you know, it's a party atmosphere. You want everybody to have a good time. So if a club turns you away because you're not meeting their criteria of what they want as, that party environment, they have the right to turn you away. Now, I've never seen a video of somebody getting into a fist fight or having the cops called on them because they was wearing Timbs when they showed up to the club. Even though most people have the mindset, if they're going out to the club, you know what, let me put on some nice shoes because I'm going out for the night.
Right. So, putting on a mask.
Same concept. Hey, you're coming into my spot. I need you to wear a mask. Club asks you to wear dress shoes. You wear dress shoes. No dress shoes, you can't get into the club.
Right.
Store asks you to wear a mask. You don't wear a mask. Please leave the store. Can't come into the store.
Right.
Same concept.
Yeah. So she trespassed. She resisted arrest. Now I spoke to one of my cop friends, who I wish I could have on the show, but I can't because, blue lives and things. I asked him a bunch of questions. He broke down some of the ways he would have handled it. What he, not that they did anything wrong, but just how he would have handled it, or how, so on and so forth. We've also seen instances where resistance has gone other ways. And we've also heard the resistance thing be the reason for a lot of deaths with police. So, how do you feel? How do you not that you've been not that you are a cop? Yeah, well, you were in loss prevention in retail. Not the same thing at all. It's not the same thing at all. Not at all. But similar type of rules do apply. Right. But how do you? And not to say that you are a cop or anything in the law. How do you feel the cops handled it though? From an outsider perspective, how do you feel? From an outsider perspective, the cops did what they were supposed to do. They got the call, hey, we have somebody who we've asked to leave the store because they're not adhering to the mask mandate. Not even a mandate, just, the store policy. Store policy. So, cop shows up, hey, what's going on? Right away, you can see that the person being accused, who the call was made on, is being aggressive, standing there at the ready with their cell phone as the cop walks in, right away trying to act like their own lawyer, like they graduated from Harvard Law, they know everything. What is the federal law? What is not the state, but the federal law that says I can't blah blah blah. At this point, federal law, state law has nothing to do with anything. Now, if the state law is to say, hey, you have to wear a mask when going into a public establishment, i.e. a supermarket, a deli, a movie theater, anywhere where there's large groups of people, guess what? State law is law. Federal law covers the country, which is why it's called federal law. State law covers the state. Which means no matter where you go in that state, that law has to be enforced. Store has its own policy. Like the club example you gave about. You need to wear a mask to come into this establishment. We have the right to deny you entrance or to deny you service because you're not adhering to our policy. So right away she's aggravating the point. The cops are saying, okay, well, we need your ID. Cop came in peacefully, asked what was going on, heard the lady out, asked for her ID. She said no, acted as her own lawyer, asking for federal law, state law, and all this other stuff, and then started resisting arrest. Right. The cops had every right to put her in the back of that squad car and lock her up for whatever period of time she was locked up until her court date and a lawyer and all that other process. So I don't see nothing wrong with that video. Okay. However, people will argue the point, how if that was a black dude, the whole thing about it being a mask wouldn't have been a question. They would have just came in here and said, yeah, come with us. They wouldn't have heard him out. He would have just been drawn out, brought into the police car. It would have been a struggle to get him in the police car, and then whatever would have happened, then they would have blamed it on resisting arrest. When all is said and done, whatever happened with this woman will probably get knocked down to a misdemeanor. She'll probably wind up paying a fine, no jail time, and she can go about her life. Had this been me or you, we would have had a record on our file. A file on our record and this, that, and it would have been a big thing. We would have had to pay all this money in legal fees, get a lawyer,
and it would have been bigger than what it had to be.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the times we live in.
Yeah, I again agree. This kind of goes back to like I said, what made me think of it was because something you said about even the insurrection and stuff, the complaints, what they're complaining about. This lady complained about wearing a mask. Do I like wearing a mask? No,
but I have to.
And again, you can feel however you feel about COVID, because I've had conversations with people that feel whatever. Nothing changes the fact that it's real.
It's out there.
Whether you feel it's as deadly as or not as deadly as, or because the recovery rate is still less than 1%, or death rate or whatever, less than 1%, or however you feel about it. Cool, numbers, statistics, never fun. Got you. If that's all they're asking, I wear a mask. I put the mask on when I'm around people. I take it off when I'm away from people. You know what I mean? Like, again, I've been doing a lot of Zoom episodes. Mm-hmm. I was happy to be able to, you've been tested. I've stayed clean. Like, I've stayed with people completely. You know what I'm saying? And I rarely get a chance.
Because we even had that conversation.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, because when I had to really ask you, mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, so how does this whole Zoom thing work? And I set up a Zoom account and everything. And then as it was getting closer, I'm like, oh shit, let me, download it to my computer so we can do it on the computer. And you're like, oh, you can do it on the phone, this, that, and the third. Mm-hmm. Then you hit me up. Now I'm coming through with the camera. I need human interaction.
Yeah, I'm tired of being.
I get that. Mm-hmm. But like you said, you've been tested X amount of times. Mm-hmm. I get tested regularly. Mm-hmm. We both know we're clean.
Yeah.
So we can have this interaction.
Right. And
you don't know what anybody in a grocery store has gone through.
Right.
Have they ever been tested? Mm-hmm. Have they ever had it and recovered? Mm-hmm. So instead of taking that chance, wear a mask. Yeah. It's not that hard.
And if you're just going shopping, you're just picking up some stuff real quick. You're not even wearing a mask for that long.
Let's be perfectly honest. How long does it take most of us to do shopping? 45 minutes to an hour?
If that. And it's not. I've seen a YouTube video of a lady.
Some rally attendees say they shouldn't ever wear masks if they have any medical issues or mental health concerns, or if they feel they simply can't breathe.
When George Floyd was saying, I can't breathe, and then he died, and now we're wearing a mask, and we say, I can't breathe, but we're being forced to wear it anyways.
But there's a difference there. You feel you can't breathe because your nose and mouth is being blocked, not because somebody's knee is on your fucking neck.
Aha. She actually said that though. She really felt that she could relate to George Floyd because he said he couldn't breathe. So she said, "Yeah, I can't breathe." And yeah. And not to be racist, but it's something about what we complain about and what they complain about that shows a difference. You know what I mean?
Oh, big time.
Like you said, January 6th, people were complaining about an election, which, and like you said also, you didn't celebrate and cheer like some people did for when Biden won. Because at the end of the day, what do we get out of it?
It's another day with a new guy in charge.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing to jump up and cheer about, and to me, there's nothing to destroy property about. There's nothing to break the building about.
Because at the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. It's not going to cause Trump to be put back in office as president.
Right.
It's not going to change the fact that day one, like he said he was going to, was going to sign executive orders reversing all the executive orders he put in place.
Right.